Bringing in some messages of hope this morning are the representatives to the Harvard Philippine Forum. To tell us about this meaningful and relevant experience, we are joined by the Director of Partnerships, Miggy Antonio, the event directors, Keegan Yap, and Francis Puente. Masanto si Kabosan, Miggy, Keegan, and Francis, and welcome to Mornings with GMA Regional TV.
Masanto siya, kabasan.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for having us.
That sounded good. Well, hello, Miggy and Keegan, and of course to you, Francis. How are you? And have you had a chance to visit the North Philippines lately? Let's start with Miggy.
Okay, pretty good. It's a little cold here. It's mga 0 degrees, around negative dito.
It's also nighttime, but we're very excited to be speaking with you.
Well, yes, it's nighttime in the States and it's morning here in the Philippines. Now, let's get down to this. I'd like to ask Miggy, what is the Harvard Philippine Forum?
Yes, so the Harvard Philippine Forum is a college organized, college student-run organization that focuses on 3 main pillars: culture, education, and service.
I think one thing that people are unaware of is that the Harvard Philippine Forum, while it is centered in Philippine culture, we want to have a community for Filipinos and Filipino Americans here at Harvard College. We are very much open to anyone and everyone who would like to be a part of our community, and that is we open ourselves up to the entire Harvard undergraduate community, probably 8,000 individuals strong, and we host many different events of all sorts, promoting different kinds of different facets of our culture, and we try to invite as many people as possible because people here at Harvard have a tendency to be curious and they want to learn more.
Now to Keegan, I understand that this is not the first time that we are ever doing this here. Tell us what have been the highlights of similar activities in the past.
Well, the service trip has been the cornerstone of the Harvard Philippine Forum. This is the program that binds us all together. It's been 3 years now since the 3 years since the last time that we were there in person. Some of the highlights, one of the biggest highlights I think that we always promote is that we had this one project where we went into the provinces and built houses for impoverished communities, and that was a very long-lasting service engagement. And so with this year's trip, it was the first time in 4 years, so we decided that we needed to bring some new perspectives and we had to gauge and be more open-minded and approach different cities so that we could have the foundation on which to build future service projects, so that next year when we come around and throughout this year as we plan for the 2024 J-term trip, we'll have all the necessary ideas and information so that we can build these service activities that will have long-lasting impacts with the communities we work with.
Now we go back to Miggy. Miggy, the forum focuses on 3 pillars: education, service, and culture. This year, what are the highlights of this forum in the Philippines?
Yeah, so I think this year was different in terms of the past years being more focused towards service. And so because we would stay with 1 or 2 community organizations and only 2 places, we would really stay there during the entirety of the trip and do service projects there. And so I think coming back from the pandemic, 3 years from not, as Keegan said, 3 years from not having the trip, we wanted to change that. And we wanted to provide a more holistic, so we went to 3 different parts, right? As I mentioned, we went to Manila, we went to Dumaguete City, and we went to Calibo. And so those are all 3 different cultures, 3 different educational experiences, and 3 different service experiences, no? So we got to meet with students, we got to meet with prominent figures, we got to meet with people who are doing a lot of good things for change in the Philippines.
Of course, going back to Keegan, in those activities, what do you seek to achieve for the participants and of course for the people that you collaborate with?
There are a lot of things that we seek to achieve. Of course, based on our 3 pillars, we want our participants to gain perspective, because at the end of the day, this iteration of the trip, the goal was to make sure that our trip participants, they wanted to learn more about the country, and so we are going to immerse them in all sorts of all different facets of the Filipino culture and the Filipino reality. The Filipino reality is that there are many impoverished individuals, but there are also many individuals who are also well-to-do. And so we try to give them as much perspective as possible.
And of course, before we let you go this morning, we are being watched by viewers from north and central portions of the Luzon Island of the Philippines. Keegan, Miggy, and Francis, what key messages would you like to share from the forum to our viewers today?
Yeah, my message to all of you watching is that when I went on this trip, I was really impressed by the wealth of talent and the brilliance among our young people in the Philippines. And I think the capacity for change is very strong. The high school students and the college students we met, they have these very sincere yearnings for change, and they get involved in their local communities. They do things for their country and things globally, and it makes me very hopeful for the future of our country.
I don't think Filipinos recognize how beautiful the Philippines is and how much opportunity there actually is in the Philippines. I think my parents were part of the immigrant waves who left the Philippines looking for something better for themselves and also for me and my sister. But I think what people don't realize is that there's so many people. There are so many people in the Philippines that have solutions, and a lot of the time it's just a lack of a framework for implementing solutions. And so people want to bring change to the Philippines, and like Francis said, I just hope that people can believe in that will.
I think the very special thing about all of us as Filipinos is that we are grounded on one main thing, which is family. We call someone who's not even blood related to us, our titos and titas, our lolos and lolas, our ates and kuyas. And we're very trusting and we're very friendly, and we can form a bond easily with people. And so use that to your advantage. And I think to echo what Francis said, you all, from everyone we met, you all are capable of success there.
Well, what can I say? Thank you very much, Miggy, Keegan, and Francis. Please take care and please do visit us here very soon.
We will see you soon.
Thank you. We will see you very soon. You're at the top of our bucket list, okay?
Yes, please. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Diyan lang po kayo mga kapusong, babalik ang Mornings with GMA Regional TV.